This is the Washington Times front page for Wednesday, November 29th, 2023. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. North Korea claims that a newly launched reconnaissance satellite has captured photos of the White House, the Pentagon, and a key U.S. naval base. Andrew Salmon reports North Korean leader Kim Jong-un reportedly viewed the photos of U.S. installations, including the naval station in Norfolk, Virginia, as part of a briefing on the satellite's operations, the state-controlled Korean Central News Agency said in a report. The satellite was put into orbit November 21st after two failed attempts this year. North Korea said it needed the satellite as a defense against a potential surprise attack from the U.S. or South Korea. Recent surveys show college graduates increasingly lack the job skills needed to succeed in the workplace. Sean Salai reports nearly half of employees say college failed to prepare them for the 9-to-5 workplace, according to a survey this month by Fortune. Many young workers say they've turned to social media and on-the-job training to fill gaps in their knowledge. Analysts say college degrees have become less valuable for several reasons, including the failure of higher education to adapt to fast-changing digital trends, unrealistic expectations among younger workers, and generational differences in raising children. President Biden will visit a Colorado wind turbine tower plant to promote federal subsidies that have enabled the facility to expand and double production. Susan Ferricchio reports the president wants to aggressively accelerate the nation's wind energy despite some opposition to wind farms. Critics say rising costs to build and maintain the farms will ultimately be passed along to taxpayers and ratepayers. Wind power made up 10.3% of the U.S. energy breakdown in 2022. Some industry experts say it can play a more significant role in powering the grid as the nation moves away from fossil fuels. Onshore wind farm projects, however, face obstacles as developers run out of places to construct the giant turbines without community opposition or significant environmental impacts. Staying with the White House, Jeff Murdoch looks at a number of crises President Biden is facing. Supporters say the president has been unlucky, buffeted by global events that would have challenged anyone in office. Opponents blame foreign and domestic policy missteps that he could have avoided. Whatever the cause, the political danger for the president is clear. Voters want him to resolve some of the problems, and quickly. And finally, Sean Salai recaps Giving Tuesday, where charities hope to make up for waning donations and increased demand for assistance over the past year. Charities interviewed expressed hope that the day, first coined in 2012, would help them make up for lengthening lines at their pantries and shelters. Nonprofits have reported that rising grocery prices, a nationwide spike in food insecurity, and a surge in families and migrants seeking free social services have squeezed their budgets more than usual. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in your favorite podcast app. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.